Despite everything else that happened in Canberra today, perhaps equally as important as the climate conversations was a briefing that was given today by the head of ASIO, our intelligence service. A frightening insight that kids as young as 13, according to the federal police, are being groomed online to commit terrorist attacks of all different kinds, but the internet is where they get radicalised.
Children as young as 13 years old, not even old enough to get their learner's driver's licence, are planning and negotiating with others online to carry out catastrophic terror attacks. Some of these youth feel isolated or do not feel like they belong, and so they retreat to the online world.
This is a frightening development. We've all known about terrorism in all of its forms for a couple of decades now in terms of the Western world. But the idea that 13-year-olds, but also the AFP was suggesting today that single-issue terrorism, so for some it could be religious fundamentalism, for some it could be political radicalism, is now starting to show its head. We need to pay attention when these sorts of things are taking place. We can't bury our heads in the sand and we can't pretend that there's only one form of terrorism that we're going to go after. All of it needs to be gone after as hard as humanly possible. Because as we know, they can be right 99% of the time, being ASIO and the AFP, and it's just one attack that changes our country for a very long time. Now, following on from the murder of a UK politician, there will be more federal police that will be deployed to help protect our federal parliamentarians in the run-up to and during the next federal election. Now, again, let's make no mistake here. It's not the noise of Twitter that killed that bloke in the UK. It was someone who was a radical Islamist. That is the truth. It wasn't about Twitter. It wasn't about the far right wing. But when you have 13-year-olds being radicalised and people who believe that only one issue is more important than anything else, that they would be willing to kill for it, that's why our police are going to get extra protection.